As was mentioned in the post, there are various of us who participated in groups and facilitated groups in the past. Myself, I've committed myself to various groups from Alcoholics Anonymous to peer support groups to running groups for cognitive behavioral therapy and other than these. In fact, I commit myself to a group every Thursday at 6:30 where I conduct a religious program for inmates who are incarcerated in the Department of Corrections. But what I've learned from the material that we've covered thus far is that there's two types of communication, and both have their roles. So the first type of communication that we have is direct communication. We call this one-way communication, which means that there's one-way flow of communication. So an example of this is this monologue that I'm presenting here. I'm speaking without being spoken to. So there's benefits in these. I found that at the beginning of classes or the beginning of groups, when I'm facilitating, this one-way communication is essential because you have to set the ground rules. You have to lay the layout for how we will interact and conduct ourselves in the groups. But this one-way communication can have its limitations. And I say that because it does not allow the group members to express how they feel. Also, it does not allow the group members to clear up any misunderstandings in the communication process. So while it's good for delivering information and advising people about how we shall conduct ourselves within the group setting, it's also like any other thing when it has its limitations. But we also look at a different way of communication, and that's the two-way communication. It's a two-way street. And it suggests exactly what it is, that one person communicates, one person listens, one person communicates, the other person listens. So it's a back and forth. And this is good because this allows for the flow of understanding. For we speak to one another and we think we might be conveying a meaning clear as crystal. But a person might not understand it because they're looking at it from a different vantage point, from a different understanding. So it's very beneficial for the group for them to allow, or for the facilitator to allow each one of them to say what they feel and express what they understand so that there can be so it can be clearing up of anything that's misunderstood. It's also important because it allows the people in the group to have some type of stake in the group, so feel some type of ownership in the group. And as I've seen, this breeds a lot more openness within the group. So we have the one-way communication, which has its benefits for um, setting the rules and setting the layout, the playing field for the group. But we also have two-way communications, which allows us to express how we feel, and we have a collective understanding, which serves the purpose of the group a lot better. So that's some of the things that I've learned from this group or from this class so far, and I hope to continue to learn more, and I hope to continue to grow in my ability to facilitate groups and to be a group leader, and also to be a group member. Hmm? Also to be a group member. So thank you for your time. I hope you benefited from what I've said. Have a good day.